Hello, my friends. It's Tatiana D back with the Motivation Station podcast. That's just a Facebook Live, but we're getting really there. Lately, I'm quoting smart phrases from smart men of the past, and today is no different. So here is one. We must learn how to live together all as brothers, or we must perish together as fools. Who said that? Martin Luther King. And wasn't he smart and admirable man, right? Today is the day we were waiting for a long time. Lots of anxieties and trepidation to go through our minds, which is understandable. I was doing research today as to what kind of words of positivities I can use for the occasion, and I found something I really never knew even exists. Apparently, it's election day stress disorder. Yes, I am repeating it. Election day stress disorder. Apparently, it's a thing. And since it's a thing, let's do our best not to lose ourselves in it. I'm quoting right now some information from NBC news clip coming out of Chicago. Apparently, American Psychological Association did research and found out that 4 years ago at the previous election, there were 52% of people who felt election stress. And last week, according to the same research from American Psychological Association, the numbers were rising to 68%. I'm pretty much sure today, if they would count it today, would be much higher than that. The election stress syndrome is hitting harder this time, also because we're in the middle of pandemic. So, what can we do? NBC anchors recommend not to debate every point or feel the need to always be right. And I would say they are correct. I will say let's care for one another, because that's the value which is really, truly important. Believe it or not, but sometimes saying nothing might be better than hurting a loved one or a friend or losing them over it, because you're not going to prove the point and they won't prove the point. Let's use words and arguments, polite words and polite arguments, factual arguments, rather than nonsense obscenity words. Let's agree to disagree and respect one another, because that's the most important values in our characters, or it should be in most of us. Let's use arguments and not offensive words. Our concern and care should be in our actions, in correct, good actions and not words. What can we do to make our country great? What can we do to make our country better? Arguing? Not gonna solve a thing. Fighting? Not gonna solve a thing. But emotions are boiling. And as you can understand now, and as you can see, I never meddle on one side or another. I'm always about tolerance, loving each other, and respecting one another. Arguing and fighting will not be the answer. Hard work and caring for one another, that's what we need. Am I naive? Maybe. But I just want this country I love so much and people I care for to have peace and prosperity. What's wrong with that? And I think that most of you will agree with me on those values. After all, isn't that what we all want? We may have different opinions how to get there, but nonetheless, we have enough to worry and enough to be negative about, kick it to the curb. No more negativity. Let's find something in us, just small, a little bit of something which is going to make us happy and make us see the light in others and start respecting one another. Will everybody do that? Unfortunately not. Let's not be naive here too, but let's try and strive for it. In my heart, I have unbiased love for this great country and for people who do their best in here. As I mentioned before, I do not see the skin color. I see the color of the hearts. People either have gold hearts and are pure regardless of race, group, money, ethnicity, age, their sexuality. Doesn't matter to me. If you have gold heart, you're in my book on a good page. But if somebody is bad, maybe there's still some possibility of redemption. I know that we can do great things together as long as we will stay together as brothers and sisters. Let's strive for it. All I'm trying to say that in coming weeks and coming months, there will be enough and a lot of stress and anxiety for all of us. Let's try our hardest not to lose the best part of each of us. And it means let's spread our hearts for love. Let's cultivate tolerance for one another. Let's agree to disagree. Let's try harder not to insult those who think differently. Let's do our best to find the source of positivity and love for one another. After all, that's the only thing what matters. Let's show our love for this country by loving and respecting one another. And yet again, I'm gonna repeat my favorite phrase from JFK: tolerance implies no lack of commitment to one's own beliefs. Rather, it condemns the oppression or persecution of others. Let me repeat it. Tolerance implies no lack of commitment to one's own beliefs. Rather, it condemns the oppression or persecution of others. And the phrase I started this little segment with: we must learn how to live together as brothers, or we must perish together as fools. Martin Luther King. Don't let everyday challenges prevent you from achieving your greatness. Push through for a better lives as brothers and sisters. We can definitely do that. Let's do that. And God bless you all. And as I always say, don't forget to subscribe for my YouTube channel. And I'll see you really soon.